है टिकट चलो।
हाय जुले, नमस्ते, टशी दिलेक। तो आज के वीडियो में हम आपको लेकर जा रहे हैं कोलंबिया आइसफील्ड ग्लेशियर। तो ये बहुत ही सुंदर स्पॉट है और जो कि जैस्पर नेशनल पार्क में पड़ता है और बैंफ से अराउंड 2.5 आवर्स का ड्राइव है। मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था, बहुत सुंदर ड्राइव है, बहुत ही सुंदर व्यूज़ आते हैं बीच में। तो आप कभी आपको मौका मिले तो प्लीज़ ज़रूर आइए और इन्जॉय करिए इस व्यू को। तो इसके लिए आपको पहले आइसफील्ड में जो ऑफिस है उनके वहाँ पे जाना होता है और वहाँ से आपको बस के थ्रू लेकर जाते हैं, क्योंकि गाड़ियों का वहाँ जाना पॉसिबल नहीं है बिकॉज़ बहुत ही ज़्यादा बर्फ़ है, जिसकी वजह से टायर्स उतने वो नहीं है। आप देख सकते हो इनके टायर्स, देखिए बसों के टायर्स देखिए, इतने बड़े बड़े बसेस और इनके टायर, ओ माय गॉड, लाइक रियली लाइक ये हमारी साइज़ का टायर है और बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल और बहुत ही सेफ़ है और ड्राइवर्स तो बहुत ही फ़न लविंग है। तो आई होप आप ज़रूर इन्जॉय करिएगा और इस वीडियो को, और प्लीज़ विज़िट करिए जब आपको मौका मिले। और अगर आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं करा है तो प्लीज़ हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, ये बहुत ही मोटिवेशनल होता है हमारे लिए। और चलो आप इन्जॉय कीजिए।
First time out? Oh, right on. It's kind of cool. The ice is tasty. I find it to be really enjoyable. My favorite thing to eat. I'm 75 years old, so I've been drinking lots of glacier water. Really, honestly, I got no idea. It says it. No, actually, it's awesome. I tend to be a little bit immature, but I love this place out here. This is my first season out here. Off to our right again, like further back where you see the cars parked, and as all my gear falls out of my bag and my lunch. That when it's in the water reflects the light around, and that's why we see it as that blue-green turquoise. Any mountain, alpine lake like Lake Louise, they all have that iconic green look, and that's a result of the rock flower. That other pond over there that you see that's blue is probably just make your ice in your fridge are about 50% air. Out here, because of the massive amount of snow, and as that compression and the vernification process occurs, it compresses all the air out, so it's down to about 10%. So that gives it the blue color. So we're going through the tire wash now, and that's what our operator was doing. So we'll get the dirt off of our tires, and when we go on the glacier, we're gonna have as small impact as possible in bringing that carbonite dirt and the dirt that's from the hill. So also that's particulate, the atmosphere, ash, CO2 emissions, just the regular dust, everyday kind of stuff that happens. That's what's all over the ice here. That's making that brown, tracking the sun, hastening the melt. So we're on our way up here. There's actually, these guys are probably from the University of Saskatchewan. They sink shafts in here to try to gauge the depth of the ice as well as the movement of the glacier. There's two factors that are occurring here. One, coming off the ice, like looking straight ahead up on the top there, where you see the horizon meets the sky, or the horizon. That's the ice field there. As you come down, that's the face. So as the glacier pushes down and comes down there, it's flowing downhill and causing the glacier to grow. That's called the accumulation zone. Below at the toe of the glaciers and moving up is the ablation zone. So So that's as it melts, it shrinks. So it's growing at maybe 40 meters a year, but it's shrinking at 70 meters a year. So we're at a net loss of 30 meters. So this glacier is continually shrinking. So it's called the line of equilibrium, where those two zones meet. That line's moving up the hill, it's shrinking. It's moving down the hill, it's meeting. So we'll be shortly coming up to our stop zone. We'll get out, walk around. You'll see the little river on the right here. This runoff happening on the right. There's a couple of spots higher up where we've got a jug. Fill her up with some great water there. It's really refreshing. Like 3 or 4 times a day I'm drinking the water. As I said earlier, I'm 75. The water's really helped. However, it does cause premature baldness, as my driver James can attest to. I wear a hat all the time, so I'm not saying if I've got hair or not. Just let that for going back. So once we get off the bus, or off the Ice Explorer, I want to call it more an Ice Explorer because it's an adventure. Plus, it makes it sound like we're going slow, painted yellow there. Please stay ahead of the bus. Do not go behind the bus. As we're on the glacier, it's the potential that even though we are parked, the bus could slide backwards. So just avoid going to the backside. Stay on to the side of the bus for pictures if you'd like. Both James and I, if you'd like to have your pictures taken, we'll help you out. And we'll stay within the boundary zones as there are crevasses around. Potentially, we don't want to go there. Crevasses are not very fun. They're really deep. At this particular point, I think this is probably the deepest point of the glacier, and it's 265 meters deep here of ice. Back in the day, it would have been up to that mountain, so it lost 2/3. I'm saying it's probably about, would have been once upon a time 1,000 meters of ice here. So yeah, without further ado, please.
हाय, आप अगेन देख सकते हो ये बहुत ज़्यादा सुंदर है और अभी ग्लेशियर्स, जब हम बहुत पहले एक बार आए थे तो ग्लेशियर्स इतना मेल्टेड नहीं था, तो इस टाइम पे थोड़ा बहुत मुझे लग रहा है कि ये मेल्ट हुआ है। और अब क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से भी है, तो यहाँ पे बहुत ही सुंदर लग रहा है। थोड़ा विंडी हुआ है और थोड़ा सा मौसम यहाँ पे ठंडा ज़्यादा है इन एक्चुअल जगह से। तो मास्क वगैरह बहुत सेफ़ है। मास्क आपको पहनना ही होएगा, मैंडेटरी है, बट जब आपको पिक्चर्स लेनी है तो आप उतार सकते हो। तो चलिए मैं आपको सबसे मिलाती हूँ। ज्योति, हाय अलीशा,
This is why this is my second season out here. It might be my third next year. We'll see. See how that goes. But the First Nations believe this to be a very spiritual place, and they gave it a spiritual name, which is Chunacanga, which means White Mountain. So over here on our right-hand side, that is Snowdome Mountain. When you guys get onto the highway, you'll be able to see it from the highway's perspective. You'll be able to see Snowdome Glacier. Then we got Double A Glacier here on our left-hand side, and Andromeda. And again, coming back from the skywalk, it's probably your best vantage point to see these three glaciers. So we got North Face, which is just you guys are getting on the coach, you'll be able to look up and be able to see it. But again, from the highway, it's probably your best vantage point. actually grinding up the rock. And then that rock gets picked up by the water that's running under the glacier, and it goes into that lake. And glacier or rock flour makes the lakes and the streams in the Rockies that famous blue color that we're famous for, and it's a laxative. So if you want to drink glacier water, you need to be where we were today. That's my recommendation. I do see people drinking out of the Sunwapta River, and I always think, did they make it to the bathroom before they got to Jasper? Yeah, don't be drinking the water down there just because the amount of rock flour in there, it's not good for us. So we switched using tracked vehicles back in the early 80s. Actually, the company that owned this operation was Greyhound, who just went out of business here in Canada recently. Probably because they keep giving up amazing operations like this. But so they would carry the rocks out onto the ice, and that causes a process called, what's it called again? Libido, which albedo, not libido. That's something totally different. So, anyways, get your head over together. It heats up the ice. So when we switch to the tire tires, we're able to wash them off as we go through the tire wash, and don't have that issue anymore. And when we bought the first buses, they were $350,000 from a company called Foremost in Calgary. If you guys work in the oil patch, you're probably very familiar with their trucks, their big vehicles, big tires. And so our first ones we purchased were $350,000, and we bought 24. We've since sold two, one to Australia and one to the US. Both are down in the Antarctica. They would beat us in a drag race. They do 60 kilometers an hour, we do 30. We'd probably beat them in a hill climb. So now if we were to refurbish one of these, which we had sent them in the 90s to get refurbished down in the States when our dollar was a little bit more powerful than it is today, and they were $750,000. And those are what we call the Kodiaks. We do have one Kodiak sitting at the transfer bay. It's got the black numbers on it. And then this unit that we are in is what we call Wajax. And we obviously went to Wajax in Calgary, and that was refurbished, and that was $850,000 to get these. Now when we refurbished them, we upgraded the engines, and now they have DEF. And over our fleet, over Brewster's fleet, we have lowered our emissions by 40%. Now that's over 100 buses that are on the highway. That's just by a couple of these buses being retrofitted with better engines. And so we're always constantly improving our operation, and that's kind of where we're at now with that. And obviously there's going to be a Tier 5 coming in, and I don't know what that's going to look like. It's probably going to be electric something or other, I don't know. Which they have been talking about that for a lot of years, having electric buses.
तो आई होप आप लोगों को वीडियो पसंद आया होगा। प्लीज़ ज़रूर बताइए, और हमारे चैनल को प्लीज़ लाइक एंड शेयर, एंड टेक केयर, बाय।